Good afternoon, folks. Okay, so I just went through this. I'm sure all of you have kind of sort of read it. I'm sure a lot of you have actually read the whole thing. I, however, just went through it. This, of course, is the OLR report on Mr. Kratz. I gotta tell you, folks, this is some sensational reading. The chick who wrote the 50 Shades of Grey series should definitely take some tips from Mr. Kratz. So, shall we get started in going through this hogwash? Now, I'm going to warn you since now, this video is probably going to be slightly longer than you're used to from me. So, do you like my Horatio King glasses? Misconduct. It's probably going to be about 15 minutes because I need a little bit more time to cover this crap. Okay, so this is the report of the disciplinary proceedings against Mr. Kratz and his lovely little scandal. Now, I think what gets me the most here, though, folks, is that his law license was only put on suspension for 4 months. 4 months! For the amount of shit that boy pulled, he got 4 months? Are you kidding me? Bet if his last name had been Avery, it would have been about 30 to life. And they say, we conclude that the seriousness of Attorney Kratz's misconduct warrants a 4-month license suspension. No, sir. It warrants a complete revocation of his license and jail time. Jesus Christ. Whose dick did he suck to get this light of a fucking slap on the wrist? And what really gets me is he actually pisses and moans about having to deal with anything. He actually got upset that he couldn't just float away into the ether after he pulled this shit. We'll get to that. Let's see. Shall we? On November 30th, 2011, allegations that Attorney Kratz sent inappropriate text messages to a domestic abuse crime victim while serving as the prosecutor of the perpetrator of the domestic abuse crime. The complaint further alleges that Attorney Kratz made inappropriate verbal statements to 2 social workers with the Calumet County Human Services Department. Are you fucking insane, Kratz? What the fuck did you think was going to happen? This course of behavior served as the basis of 6 counts of misconduct to which Attorney Kratz has pled no contest. The OLR's complaint included an additional 5 counts. One of those counts concerned Attorney Kratz's messages to the domestic violence victim. The remaining 4 counts allege that Attorney Kratz engaged in inappropriate behavior towards 2 additional women. So we're up to 5. 5 women. He's a habitual offender. However, the referee granted the dismissal of 3 of these 5 counts. The OLR moved for, and the referee granted the dismissal of the other 2 counts at the outset of the disciplinary hearing. You dismissed charges of sexual misconduct against an attorney who was serving as an officer of the state? Are you nuts? He must give some really good fucking head, because that's about the only reason that I can see for this shit, folks. Let's see. With regards to the domestic violence victim, she requested the meeting, exercising her right to consult with the district attorney. During the meeting, the victim volunteered personal information to Attorney Kratz, stating she did not have a current boyfriend, that she suffered from low self-esteem, that she lived with her mother, and that she was struggling as a single mom. She understood during her meeting that he would be prosecuting her aggressor, and she stated that he had previously abused her, including beatings and strangulation. Sounds about right for a dickweed. Attorney Kratz asked her if she objected to reducing the felony charge to a misdemeanor, at which point she objected to that. And then after she left his office, he sent her 3 messages on October 20th of 2009. And his last message stated, "I wish you weren't one of this office's clients. You'd be a cool person to know." Are you 17? Are you insane, Kratz? Do you know you would be a cool person to know? You went to law school and that's the text you send? You sound like a 14-year-old boy who just sprouted his first pube and is trying to figure out how to ask the hot cheerleader to the dance. On October 21st, he sent her the infamous message, "Are you the kind of girl that likes secret contact with an older, married, elected DA? The riskier, the better. Or do you want to stop right now before any issues?" The woman just got the shit beat out of her and strangled, and you are asking her if she wants secret contact? Where is your mother? On October 22nd, Attorney Kratz sent 8 additional messages. Jesus Christ, dude. God, you are desperate. Telling her that she was beautiful and pretty, and then tells her, "I'm the attorney. I have the $350,000 house. What do you want, a fucking cookie? Do you know what $350 would get my family? Trust me, it's a lot bigger and better than anything you could have, honey. Believe that. I have the 6-figure career. You may be the tall, young, hot nymph, but I'm the prize. Start convincing. And I would not expect you to be the other woman. I would want you to be so hot and treat me so well that you'd be the woman. Are you that good?" You know what gets me the most about this, folks, is Kratz, during the defense of himself, actually had the balls to tell the OLR, the Office of Lawyer Regulation, I believe is what it is. He told the OLR that he didn't see why he needed to be prosecuted so hard for these text messages because there was nothing overtly sexual in them. You just told her, "I would want you to be so hot. Are you that good?" What the fuck else could you be implying with that, Kratz? Is she that good at making you a hoagie? Jesus fuck, man. Is there like an IQ exam that you have to fail to be a fucking district attorney in Wisconsin? Go work at the post office. There's a lot of your brethren there. So she went to the police. They photographed the text messages. After reviewing the text messages and the report from the police department, the Department of Justice determined that there had not been any criminal activity. Are you fucking stupid? No criminal activity? He just propositioned a fucking domestic violence victim and sexually harassed her, and you don't call that criminal activity? The entire state of Wisconsin's justice system is run by idiots. A blind monkey fucking a coconut could do a better job. On December 4th of 2009, a letter to the OLR that included the transcribed messages to and from this domestic violence victim, Attorney Kratz admitted he sought a personal friendship with her. A friendship? What the fuck? Did you take distancing lessons from Ryan Hilligoss and Scott Taddick? A friendship? You wanted a friendship. Yeah, that sounded real fucking friendly to me. A friendship is when you ask them to coffee, not to blow you. One of the next victims, one of the social workers, was having to testify in a case, and she told him that she was pretty nervous about testifying, which is understandable. Those of us that don't go into court all the time get pretty nervous about stuff like that, so it was understandable. In response to this, he told her that he wouldn't come in her mouth. Where was your lead up, Kratz? Because that's a pretty random fucking thing to say. You fucking pig. Oh my God. From now on, your nickname is Wilbur. You are Wilbur the Pig, Mr. Kratz. All right, let's go through here. Let's see. Yes. The OLR argued that Attorney Kratz did not intend to remove himself as prosecutor in the domestic violence matter until the DOJ officials asked him to do so. The OLR also argued that Attorney Kratz refused to take responsibility for his offensive statements to the two social workers. Sound familiar, folks? The OLR further argued that because Attorney Kratz blamed his misconduct on various addictions yet offered no competent medical testimony that he had recovered from these addictions, a 6-month suspension would be appropriate. Sounds fair enough to me. And see, folks, with a 6-month suspension, you then have to basically fight to get reinstated. And why that was not done, I don't know. In his post-hearing brief, Attorney Kratz argued that a public reprimand was warranted. In support of his arguments that a license suspension was not warranted, Attorney Kratz downplayed the seriousness of his misconduct. Does this sound familiar, folks? Because he downplayed his misconduct throughout the entire trial of Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey as well. This seems to be a pattern with Mr. Kratz. Attorney Kratz admitted the constituted wrongful behavior, but disagreed with the OLR's characterization that the messages contained sexual overtones. I bet you would be great at football, Kratz. You wouldn't even need to wear the helmet. That's how thick your skull is. He wrote to the OLR, upon even the hint of a conflict of interest or reports of unsettling reaction by the victim, immediate steps were taken to eliminate even the perception of a continued violation, timely self-report to the OLR for imposition of sanction, and aggressive steps to ensure this stupidity never ever repeated itself. That is the attorney response that this court should praise rather than punish. Yes, he actually wrote that, folks. He actually wrote that in a fucking brief to the OLR. This man's overinflated sense of misplaced entitlement is so damn unbelievable that I don't even know how to respond to any of this. It boggles my fucking mind that anybody could possibly be that fucking stupid. Do you honestly believe that you are so awesome that everybody should just be privileged and they should just let this shit go? Jesus Christ, Kratz. Incidentally, you are not Jesus Christ, so get the fuck over yourself. And that's coming from a Wiccan. Regarding his statement to a social worker, one of the social workers, that a certain reporter had big, beautiful breasts, Kratz wrote in his post-hearing brief that this comment never occurred. Of course it didn't, Kratz. What are we all thinking? People are just out to get you. Attorney Kratz argued that the reporter referred to, although admittedly beautiful, oh my God, you are just looking to kick yourself in the nuts, aren't you? Does not have large breasts. This single important factor has been relied upon by respondent to conclude the comment never was made, or at the very least was misinterpreted by the social worker. Once again, we see Kratz over here looking to fucking pin his blame, his responsibility on everybody but himself. It's just not possible for him to say that because that reporter does not have big tits. What? Are you fucking kidding me? Or if it was said, the woman who heard it misinterpreted it. It was her mistake, her fault. And while we're at it, all this other stuff occurred because of my drug addiction and blah, blah, blah. Nothing's ever my fault, people. Nothing's ever my fault. Jesus Christ, Kratz, would you fucking grow a pair of nuts already? We're going to continue the analysis of this lovingly prepared document in my very next video. Thank you for watching.